Hey everybody, this is the view standing in the doorway looking into my fish room. And I don't know what the first thing you notice is, and right now of course we've got the big LED turned off on my waterfall tank. I just shot a video of my gourami tank there to the right, and I did that to reduce the glare. Now we're getting ready to work on my former T-bar tank, and so I didn't turn the light back on because I don't want to get any glare on that video. But the first thing I notice when I look in here is how dark my former T-bar tank is, if I can get in here without tripping and killing myself. I've been agonizing over this for days now, probably weeks. I've been thinking about this. In fact, I know it's been weeks that I've been thinking about this. I really need to get in there and do something about that Anubias. It's growing into a shrubbery at this point. It's not even, there's no room for the schooling fish to swim around. They have gaps and spaces between it, but there's not really much in the way of open water. And I just really feel like it's time to get in there and do something about this. This is, I want to say 6 years old, maybe 7 years old now. And I've trimmed it in the past. I've even cut some of the main rhizome, the main runner. We've got two main runners at this point that I've attached years ago. There's one that runs through here, and then you can see it's got branches and offshoots that go all over the place. And then I got another main runner that comes up here. I believe this is the terminus for that. But again, I've cut them so many times in the past, I don't know where the actual terminus from the original main runner is. So we've got, a big terminus right here. There's some down here. So I can get in here and really whack this stuff back and give it a serious haircut and still have plenty of Anubias left over in the tank. And I'm thinking I might want to do that today. I don't make a lot of changes to this tank. It's really a simple tank when you think about it. It's basically got a giant pile of Anubias in it, and then I've got a couple little, odds and ends tidbits of Java fern that are desperately trying to struggle to hang on, but it's just a mountain of Anubias in there, and that's all climbing over rocks and woodwork, and there's all kinds of stuff underneath there that you can't even see. And of course I've got that big pleco in the tank, and it just completely hides. I've got my Synodontis lucipinus in there, and we never see it because it just hides in those bushes. Again, it is like downright shrubbery in there. So I think if I go in and just do a big whackety chop right here, I think it'll remove this whole chunk but leave this. And then likewise I can maybe take out this piece and some of this and leave the middle piece, and then that'll open up the center and the ends a little bit. But that'll really open the tank up if I do that. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Again, I've just been agonizing over this, but I gotta do something. I mean, it obviously is gonna just grow up and into the glass, which is what it's pretty much done before. I've trimmed this back before when it was actually exposed out of the water. And it's getting pretty close to that now. I mean, I can turn the leaf upwards and it's exposed right there. So I think today's going to be the day. I'm trying to sort of get everything prepped for an around the world update, and since nothing's really happened in this tank for a while, that would be something to talk about in that video. So I guess we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll do a before and after. But let's get back here a little bit, get a little bit of a distance on it. So sorry for all that noise. We're basically standing in my waterfall tank at this point. I'm leaning right over it, so that's where all the noise is coming from. But there you go. There's your before, and there's your after. So I did indeed get in there and give it the old whackety chop. I didn't do anything spectacular as far as the water change is concerned. Simple water change, wipe down the glass, and then put some water back in. I didn't mess with the filter or anything like that. But I did get in there really heavy-handed with the scissors and cut back a lot of the chunks of Anubias. So you can see there's one of the chunks that I cut right there. You can see some really big chunks sticking up right there. And I don't know whether or not you can see any more, but you certainly get the idea that I got in there and really removed a lot of that Anubias. So you can see the rock work on the bottom I was talking about. You can see the woodwork a little better. I'm not sure at the moment where my pleco is hiding. I know he was swimming all over the place looking for a place to hide when I first got done. My Synodontis lucipinus was in there doing the same thing, looking around for a place to hide. And I still don't see them. It is amazing to me. Oh, there's the pleco. I can just make him out back here. He's actually right there. You can see this little black thing right there is the lip of his face. And he's basically suckered onto the back of an Anubias leaf. And it's just hanging back there. There, you get a little better look at him. It's right here. And there is my lucipinus. He's hanging around back there somewhere. So with any luck, we'll get to see a little more of these fish now. I know it doesn't always work that way. If you've got a slightly reclusive fish and you take away its places to hide, that doesn't mean you're going to see more of it. In fact, in a lot of cases, that makes them go even more reclusive. But in this case, I didn't take away their places to hide. I've just reduced the tank from pretty much everywhere being a place to hide to them simply having places to hide at this point. So we might see them out and about a little more. We'll see. In the meantime, I do have lots of Anubias for sale now. You can see all these big chunks down here. This one is probably the biggest piece there. You can see that rhizome through the middle. So that's a pretty good size chunk of rhizome. So as usual, I do sell all my plants and everything, so these will go in a bucket in the other room and they'll sit and wait if anybody's interested in Anubias. I've got some really nice chunks of it right now. I know that's got a lot of growth and stuff on it, but that's no big deal. You can kill that. In fact, and shipping will probably kill that. It'll be in a package for a couple days. So I normally have a set price and a fixed rate and all that kind of stuff because I do shipping on a flat rate. But because these are all so big, I'll never be able to ship these in my normal packaging, so we'll have to sort of play it by ear. This one actually had brand new growth on it when I cut it. That's not, I mean, it looks pale like it's got a nutrient deficiency, but it's just brand new. It hasn't even fully opened up yet. So I'll put my email down below and you can hit me up and we'll make arrangements depending on what you want and how much and all that kind of stuff. And we can get you some Anubias in the mail. So I got a bunch of it. Alright everybody, that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot else to talk to other than showing you how much Anubias I really removed today. So once again, check my email down below if you're interested in buying any of that. And I will see you on the next one. So make sure you're subscribed. And I don't even know what I'm going to call this tank anymore, but it's still called my T-bar tank technically. So there you go. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next one.